Hey everyone! New year, new us, or improved us. We're gonna stay true to ourselves and be the same us, but improved us. I actually am doing something a little bit different because I asked people, what do they want to see of? Somebody posted something on one of my comments saying that they would love to know how I create my Flatlays. Now, to be completely honest with y'all, Flatlays is no joke. I honestly didn't know what a Flatlay was, or I knew what they were, I just didn't know that that's what they were called a year ago. And in this last year, obviously, I became more hip to what a Flatlay is. And to be honest, I wish I could say that there was a one-size-fits-all answer. But in reality, Flatlay photography is an art of its own, like everything else. You gotta practice so that you can really learn the intricacies of what looks good and composition and things like that, and then mixed with photography skills to really create Flatlays that you love. So for that reason, I thought I can't give you all the answers because I frankly don't know all the answers when it comes to the genius and brilliance of creating Flatlays. I've seen some beautiful, beautiful Flatlays, and there's some accounts out there that literally just get it. They just have a talent for creating them and they hit it out of the park. But what I can do is share some of the foundation baseline tips of what I personally listened to and found helpful in trying to understand how to create a Flatlay that was nice and improving my own Flatlays. And hopefully they're helpful for you too. I'm going to share some tips with you and maybe how you interpret them and take and run with them. You'll end up learning things that I don't even know, and you'll come back and teach me. I'm learning too. I hope that this is helpful for you, and that at least, if anything, gives you some sort of a starting point to be able to create some pretty cool Flatlays, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Let's check it out. All right, so first things first, you need some products to create your Flatlay. The tips that I give you guys aren't necessarily to say it's like rule of thumb, you have to do it this way, every other way is wrong. No, there's definitely going to be numerous different ways to create Flatlays that are going to be aesthetically pleasing and that are going to achieve the look and feel that you're going for. From there, you really can play around with it and get creative and have fun with it. But I feel that the tips that I share with you are going to be the tips that, for me specifically, really helped give me some sort of starting point and direction to understanding the art of making Flatlays. First things first, I like to work with an odd number of items. So we'll start narrowing these down. The other thing that I like to look at and have started to really try to put together and develop an eye for is picking products that are on the same color palette, color scheme, if you will. What colors go together? What colors clash? What colors aren't really doing anything for us? Third thing is you don't want to have too many items that are all big. You want to have a focus item and then a few other items surrounding it. And essentially, it doesn't necessarily mean that the post is going to be about that specific item. It's just an item that's going to allow you to branch off of as you create and start building the rest of the structure for the Flatlay. The other thing is, and maybe it's a no-brainer for some of you, but I know for me when I first started, I didn't even think about this, but you got to take the items out of the packaging. There is a lot of cute packaging out there nowadays, so I understand wanting to have the packaging in the picture. You can still have the packaging in the picture, but as far as not showcasing the actual product, probably not the best. It's a tube like this I want to show the color of the lipstick. You want to show the lipstick color exactly, and this one even has some cool pattern on it, so you want to showcase that. Rule of thumb for palettes, you want to showcase them so that they're open, just because you want to see what's inside, right? So I know that I already did a Flatlay before with these items here, which many of you really liked. But once you have your focus, there's no template to show you like, hey, this is supposed to be there and that's supposed to be there. So this is what I meant, that you can have the packaging part of the Flatlay, but still make sure you showcase the lipstick on its own. Whoops. So you just want to like play around with it. Sometimes they don't want to stay. And if things don't want to stay, you can use like some double-sided tape. You know, I've even used like a small like bobby pin to help keep it from rolling, but you just want to play around with it. So like right now, because we have this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different items, so it seems a little bit unbalanced. So just take away what you need, and don't be afraid to play with space. Okay, so like do something like that and have that there, and then just play with the angles. Make sure that the words are like right side up, in my opinion. You can add texture and like different pieces to just add another layer of pop. I just like tend to like throw these on there and just see where they fall and then arrange from there. You can use silk or like fabrics. This one doesn't really go with this color scheme, but like if you wanted to like add color in a different way, like another sense of pattern and texture, this lipstick's gonna be jacked up by the end of this video. So you see how like even adding just like that little bit of fabric, even though it doesn't necessarily go with our color scheme of like gold, white, shimmery, it still adds another layer, another dimension to the overall visual aesthetic. Since this is a Flatlay that I already did, I want to try to create one from scratch for you guys. I'm going to go with this. And we can actually, the cool thing is that we can keep this closed because you can see the colors. So let's just work with 3 right now to keep things, for the sake of keeping things simple. Maybe add some petals. And since like, you know, these 2 things you use a brush with, maybe you want to add, throw some, like a brush in there. This is like the closest that I have, the color scheme, this one. And it just like comes down to like playing with it, really. Sometimes simple is all you need. So let's zoom in just to kind of take a look at like what it would look like. What's up? And here's an example. So like you can kind of see on the screen right now, like this brush isn't fully on the screen. That's okay. Those are called artistic choices. One thing I will say is for best practices, try to create your Flatlay pictures and content in the daylight. It's going to be a lot brighter and easier to edit and really give you that sharp, crisp aesthetic for a photo finish look. The other thing is make sure that you have a cool background. This piece right here, this isn't actually my table. This is just a laminated piece of paper or piece of cardboard, whatever you want to call it. I got it off Amazon for like $7.99. I can put the link below. It's double-sided, so I can really use the white side or the black side. You want to make sure that what's underneath your Flatlay is also going to help create an aesthetically pleasing picture. You want to think of the big overall picture.
All right, y'all, and that is it. That's what I got for you for some starter point tips on creating some Flatlays. I cannot wait to see what you guys create and where you run with this in creating your Flatlays. Tag me in your posts because I want to see them. If this has been helpful and you've liked this video, hit the like button, help a sister out. Furthermore, hit that subscribe button if you can, and check me out on Instagram at LuisianatheMUA. See you later.